go back to JP's budget collecting and another whatever report, despite the fact that till like 15 minutes ago, this was going to be a cash or trash. Because I was thinking about one thing and I did another, or whatever, when I was setting this one up. So, yeah, I hope you guys all had a good Saturday, and I appreciate anybody that comes and hangs out with me this evening. GTK was in here tailgating, as always. He's almost always, occasionally I'm really beating, but almost always GTK is the first to drop a comment when these streams get posted. And John in here, I don't think he's beating on Unruly. I don't think Unruly's going to show up tonight because currently my Tigers are beating the Bulldogs. I don't expect it to last, but I'm sure he's like at the moment not happy because he's probably focused on a game they thought they'd win by like 30, which I thought they'd win by 30, and currently my Tigers are up 16-3 last time I looked, but I've been kind of not watching because I wasn't watching and they were doing good, so I just kind of left it that way. Mr. Randman, what is going on? What is happening? So yeah, we are. I don't know what I was doing. I got in here to get in the stream, and I was like, I set that up. Like I did that this morning. I don't know. Sometimes I do strange things that are not explainable by anyone, especially me. Okay, I was like, what is my dog doing? So yeah. I don't know. Cash and Trash will be tomorrow at some point. Tom hasn't even come out with his video yet. So, yeah, it'll be tomorrow at some point. Although, my Tigers win tonight. I might be doing this all night. And, we might not be up tomorrow. Who knows? So that is what is happening. So, what am I drinking? Since my Tigers were playing good, we had to go with a little Missouri Straight Bourbon whiskey. We did into that Ben Holiday bottled and bond again tonight. So I was going to bring out a new bottle of something that I hadn't opened, and then last minute I decided I wasn't going to drink that much, so I decided not to open a new bottle. A little for all my collections. Picked up a little for all of your collections. Were you at some kind of con or something today? So there you go. I drink. We'll stop. I'm straight. There you go. I like it, John. So yeah, you were shaming Unruly. I don't know if you were in here when I was commenting on that, but you were shaming Unruly. But I bet he's right now, like, because Georgia is losing. Well, let's just see. My Tigers are still winning. They were winning right before we went live, so they should still be winning, but it may be closer now. Georgia has the ball. They are driving, but we are still up 16-3, almost the end of the first half. I don't expect us to hold on and win this game. So, oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Oh, what's going on? Hello. Dre, what is happening? That seems unlikely, but sure, I'll take it. Very cool. Is there this suffering there? Yes, for Unruly. So that was what do we got here? Yeah, so I already did the whoa, that's not what I want. Whatever we're drinking, we already did that. We already talked about that. So we are drinking a little bourbon tonight. So let's see what do we got. What did I pick up this week? Nothing, sort of. So I've been planning to do a show on like what I was going to send to CGC. I've been planning kind of a shipment, and then I splurged on something this week that won't show up for a couple of weeks. And so y'all just have to wait and see. Not sort of on my list, not really. You'll just have to wait and see. So I'm really excited about it, but it'll be a little bit before it gets here. So yeah, so now I'm like on lockdown. I can't be buying anything because I splurged on something. So we'll see. Yeah, you've been all over the place, man. Very nice, very nice. I'm Sweet Tea. Arnold, yeah. And the lemonade, very nice. Arnold Palmer, there you go. There you go. No hints. No hints yet. So when it shows up, then we'll talk about it. So, no hints. I can tell you. Here's your hint. Your hint is. Where's my 2022 priority list? It's not on here. It's not on that list. It was not necessarily a priority for this year, and I pulled the trigger anyway. So there you go. There's your hint. I haven't even really looked. I wasn't going to be there. I know. I mean, I got a couple friends that are going, but I don't usually ask them to pick up exclusives. Plus, I don't usually do con exclusives. So yeah, I got nothing for you. I haven't even looked at what the NYCC exclusives are going to be. Yeah, I gotta keep you guys coming back. So yeah, nothing we picked up this week. What else we got? What are our other top things? Whatever we're reading. Haven't been reading. Well, actually, we'll do this first. What's coming up on the channel? Cash or Trash, which this was supposed to be, as I apparently set the stream up for, should happen tomorrow. D&D, as far as I know, is happening tomorrow night. And then we were supposed to do Sandman this week, but we were going to do that on Wednesday, and now I'm going to have to cancel Wednesday. I'm actually going to be on the road a little bit this week. So there may not be anything till next weekend on my channel. So after tomorrow night. So there may not be anything for during the week this week. Because, yeah, the only thing I had scheduled was an indie show doing Sandman, and it's going to be postponed. So yeah. So that is what we got coming up on the channel. These are all, I'm going through these like super quick tonight because I don't really have that much. Not really reading anything. I was supposed to be starting to read Sandman. I didn't do it. I did finish off my stack from last week. So I did read the 30th anniversary Harley Quinn book. The Harleen author had a little short story in there I enjoyed. There was a couple of them I enjoyed. A couple of them were eh. I did finally read the Amazing Fantasy 1000. It had some good stuff in it and some eh. And I think everything else I'd read. No, I had not got to Jane Foster last week. It's okay. They got one more issue left. We'll see where that goes. This was the wrap up of the little Obi-Wan miniseries. It didn't amount to much. It was some decent little one-offs, but that was it. And that one I definitely talked about before. And Vader continues to be really good. I think that's it. I think those are all the ones that I read this week. Yeah, everything else I'd read prior to. So this was an off week. No Midtown Order coming in this week. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I read. I will say, like, I did. So I allowed myself to be sucked into John's little tag wars today. And because I wasn't actually going to respond to any. I was just going to send out a couple of my own over the next few days that are very wide open, that you can basically do whatever. I wasn't going to be, because I'm not wasting categories on you guys. I got to save those for categories. So I was just going to do some stuff that you could really just show off some things. But I ended up responding to another one, a couple of others too. So I posted East and West today, and I posted Harleen, and now I want to go back and read both of those. I actually cracked East and West for a little bit and was reading on it a little bit after I posted it because I was like, I missed this book. Does seem to be a little more generic, I guess. Like this one here. Like, even looking at the upcoming ones, none of them definitely stand out like some of those first ones did. I haven't put that book away yet because it's in this stack, and I haven't got any of these put away yet. Let's see. Yeah, this one here is pretty. It's pretty generic. It's not bad. I mean, it's a good cover, but it definitely does not stand out like some of her 1 in 25s were. And so yeah, I do think she's become a little more subdued. I don't know if that's just because she gets less for the regulars. I don't know. I would think you get more for the regulars, but yeah. But I'm still a big fan. She was super nice. I talked to her for a few minutes at C2E2, and then we went to that party thing. She was dancing up a storm. So she was having a good time. She was, so let's see. We talked about what was coming up town. What are we reading? What we picked up, which was nothing. Nerd news. We could do that. Whatever's happening in nerd news. She did. I mean, I didn't briefly. I won't claim to like briefly interacted with her, and she seemed like she seemed very fun, very interactive. So, so obviously the big news this week was Ryan Reynolds and his little reveal of him and I'm now blanking. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. My brain just went. Well, Hugh Jackman. I was like, my brain just went completely blank on Hugh Jackman's name for a minute. Him and Hugh Jackman. I think it's super fun, but I saw a ton of people like freaking out. It's going to invalidate Logan. Well, Logan is not part of the MCU. It was never part of the MCU. It was part of the Fox thing. Just because they're bringing him back, multiverse, whatever. Like they brought back. People were all excited that they brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for Spider-Man, and then all I saw this week were people that were mad because they were gonna, by bringing him back, they were ruining Logan, and I'm like, what? I don't know. Maybe I didn't get it. I've not read AB Genius. I'm waiting for the trade on that. So for sure. I love him just walking by in the background and like Ryan pretending that he had nothing, and he's just like, yeah, sure, Ryan. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. So no, it was really well done. The two of them, I expect that will be fire, for sure. And I'd love to see them bring the little actress back to play X-23, that played Laura. Because I would love to see Laura in the MCU, because I love her as a character. So you guys know that. So, and I think that actress fits pretty well. Although she's probably already, like, depending on how young you want to start Laura, unless you're just going to make her the Wolverine of the MCU after this, she's probably going to be a little old to start her where they want her. But yeah, we'll see. So, and I get the sentiment. I totally do. And to me, I totally get the sentiment that, wanting, because it was such a good send-off for the character and for that whole universe, that X-Men verse. But having said all that, I'm always just about, tell me good stories. And if these two guys are going to have a blast with it, getting to see them do this where they actually can make it like not that awful Origins movie, and they could use these characters to their fullest. Yeah, give it to me. I'm happy. Well, this too. This too. Hey, TJ. I hope you're having a good Saturday, my friend. So I'm glad you were here hanging out with me for sure. She's already 17. Well, that's not actually that bad. I didn't realize she was still that young. So at 17, that's not that bad. Yeah, because she could still be for sure. But I would, yeah. I just want Laura. So there you go. And that actress did a good job, so I would be happy if they kept her. So, all right. What do we got? We got 15 minutes in. I've covered like everything. So yeah, I'm excited about it. All right, so let's see what we got. We're only 15 minutes in. We're gonna get to whatever we're watching. Yeah, because we're gonna be on the whatever you guys want to talk about early tonight. I need to see. Wait, I gotta check. See if how much we gave up right before half. See if Unruly's back in the game already. Oh, only gave up a field goal before halftime. So we're up 16-6. on his number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. He's not going to be happy right now. No wonder we haven't seen him in chat. he's going to be stewing because he takes college football way more serious than me. Now I was mad last week after Chiefs. I was mad last week after my Tigers blew it at Auburn, but yeah. Yes, please. I just make a Deadpool movie with Wolverine in it and having to deal with his ridiculousness, and I will be all about it. Road trip, sure. Give it to me. Give it to me. So, give it all to me. So where are we at? All right, I am caught up on Andor. So last week I'd watched episodes 1 and 2. I watched 3 and 4. I am caught up on House of Dragon, and I am caught up on She-Hulk. So I've not yet ever started Rings of Power. I want to go back and start it. I have not yet went back and started Sandman. I know you guys were wanting me to do that, and I just have not had. Life has not allowed me to take that extra step. So lately, had enough time. We talked about. I finished Harleen last week. So yeah. So those are the 3 things I got going at the moment. So what do you guys want to hear my thoughts on? Andor, She-Hulk, House of Dragon. Where do you guys want to go? She-Hulk, so fun. Love the group session. Pretty funny. Yeah. So we will definitely get into that. Rayman has not finished Obi-Wan yet. Oh, it gets to the end. It's the last couple episodes are the best. Lou on Netflix, I enjoyed. Monsters is, I can believe Monsters is dumpster fire. Lou, what is Lou? I don't know if I know that one, TJ. I haven't even started Andor at all. Is it worth it? So is that where you guys want me to start? You want me to start with Andor? So Andor. We're going to start with Andor. Did I make a spoilers for Andor thing? I'm not going to be full spoilers here. We'll talk about it in a way that's not... Actually, here's the thing about Andor is I'm not sure there's enough that's happened yet to be spoilers. And we're 4 episodes in, and I feel like it's free night going. So this is basically in the past. So if you're not sure what Andor is about, it's in the past, and it's basically how he got, so far at least, it's been how he got originally recruited to be a part of the rebellion. So that's telling Cassian's backstory. And my thoughts were, it's a good thing they dropped all 3 episodes at once, because the first 2 episodes were super slow setup. I felt like episode 2 ended in almost exactly the same place as episode 1 and didn't really give us that much. Episode 3 was much better paced. There was some action, there was things happening, but I would argue episode 4 went right back to setting things up for later. And this is where I feel like I need to recalibrate myself a little bit. I kind of one of my rants recently is about She-Hulk was that people expect everything Marvel to put out right now to be Endgame, Infinity War, to be all this massive, huge event, huge forward progress in the universe. And yeah, I know what you meant. So let me get there. It's not a huge ringing endorsement yet, but so I was complaining about that, have realistic expectations. And what I think I've kind of forgotten is, because I don't really watch regular TV anymore, is this is a 12-episode season. They've already planned a season 2. So the story they're telling is at least 2 seasons long. And the pacing is more like an old school 20-episode TV series than what we're all used to now, which is 6, 8, 10 episode series where they just slam you with a whole bunch of stuff. It's like one long movie. And I feel like, and this is clearly one continuous story, but I feel like this is a little more paced. Like what 10 years ago I wouldn't have blinked twice at, if that makes any sense. Like my complaints about the pacing, I don't think I would have had that long ago. I feel like I'm in this mode of the only things I watch anymore are these made for short season series. And so I feel like I've maybe been a little harsh on it in my own judgment. The acting is great. They appear to be setting up a really interesting story. I do wish it would move a little faster. I'm intrigued. I'm enjoying it, especially after episodes 3 and 4. They were better. But I've heard a lot of people saying it's like the best Star Wars thing, and I don't think that. It's got some work to do for me to be the best, but it doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, just because it's not the greatest thing ever doesn't mean it has flaws. Doesn't mean it's terrible. It's just yeah. I will probably not check out the Monsters, but so that's just my thoughts on Andor. I'm intrigued. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, it did feel like we jumped right back with 4. We jumped right back kind of into setup mode, and it was like we spent 2 episodes setting up all the happenings of episode 3, and then now we're setting up whatever's going to happen in 5 and 6. And no, see, that's not what I'm trying to say, because it's not bad. It's just a little slow, and if that makes any sense at all, like. I think the story they're telling is good. I think the acting is really good. I think like all of this, and they set up some things in episode 4. They brought in Mon Mothma. They brought in some other stuff around the universe a little bit more that we got off of just Cassian. Because we spent a lot of time following Cassian as he walked around town the first 2 episodes. I'm not gonna lie. But so I think there's pacing issues, but it doesn't mean the show is bad. And that's where I want to be clear. Yeah. I had, when I heard it was Rob Zombie, I didn't really have a lot of interest in the Monsters. Everything about it looked bad to me. So those are my thoughts on Andor. I think it's, at this point, I'm kind of an incomplete. I feel like it still has a ton of potential, but their pacing is a little bit off at this point through 4 episodes. So I'm looking forward to continuing to watch it. I'm hoping they find their stride a little bit. Well, I would love for them to just go full on in to High Republic. Like that, we just have one comic. We have the comics and the books about, but they're not going to do that until they. At this point, they're not going to do that. I don't think until the whole publishing run that they've been focused on, this 3-phase thing that you're doing, is over. But I would love for them to go in all in on High Republic and start making stories and movies about those characters, and I would be all about it because I love those characters and I love that different time period. Well, I appreciate that, Bobo Monkey. I appreciate that. I'm glad you were here and able to catch this live. So, I do think Obi-Wan is better at the end. So, all right. So, yeah, there was Andor. House of Dragon. We'll go to House of Dragon. We'll save She-Hulk for last because everybody wants to either crap on or hate. I love She-Hulk. And House of Dragon. So, we had the time jump. So we replaced all the actresses last week, and we got introduced to a bunch of the kids as we're moving toward, which is interesting. And it's very interesting. We got the setup of this was really. When I talk about it's like going to be like a 3 or 4 seasons. They're going to do this whole the Dance of Dragons through 3 or 4 seasons, and we've had all these jumps in time, and I think all that's going to start ending. At this point, there's still a little bit more of a jump they have to do before they get there. My guess is they're going to continue to slowly jump until the end of the season, and this season is going to kind of kick off the full Dance of Dragons stuff. And this first season's all been set up of Rhaenyra and Alicent's relationship, and now we're getting the setup. The second half is going to be setting up the kids because the kids are all super important and to what happens. But I'm really enjoying House of Dragon. I will say it continues to be the weakness is there's not. Yeah. Me too, John. Me too. I'm a huge fan of High Republic stuff. I do think the weakness continues to be that there's not. We've gotten now our Littlefinger, our Varys character, the Clubfoot. Yeah, he is. He's something else, and he might be more. He's at least as ruthless as Littlefinger, at least, and he might be more. And so I'm very, very interested in him. So we've gotten a little bit. We have been lacking the side, like building out the characters. We've been lacking that, and I think they've sort of been waiting for. They're going to do that through the kids as we go. We got a little bit of Aegon this week, and I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. But I'm enjoying the heck out of House of Dragon. I got my middle finger. Well, you would think that about the new guy or the original Littlefinger you call middle finger, because he's technically the Clubfoot is what his thing is. This guy in the dance in House of Dragon is Larry's. Yeah, they were talking about Littlefinger and Varys. They were combining them for Larry's because Larys. Larry Strong. He's something else. So. But yeah, I continue to enjoy House of Dragon a lot. I'm looking forward to where it's going. If anything, it's been the opposite of Andor, and the pacing's been so fast because they're really just giving you the backstory to set up what's going to happen in the dance. And you got to find out where Rhaenyra came from, where Alicent, how they got to where they're at, how everybody plays a role, and like all the relationships were built and that kind of stuff. And that's really what this season's been about. And I've enjoyed the heck out of it. Hey, Kenneth, what is going on? All right. We are almost at the 30-minute mark. So we are going to do, I don't know that I really give spoilers for She-Hulk because I don't know that there's really spoilers to give. It's a sitcom. And I know everyone continues to complain about, there's no forward momentum and it's a man-hating. And I don't get how you think it's man-hating because it was a group of guys that helped her through what was going on this week. So, like, I thought it was great that she went to Abomination's little retreat and self-help seminars. I continue to just enjoy She-Hulk. Is it a great show? No. Is it a good time? Yes. It absolutely is for me. For me, I have a great time watching it. I love Porcupine this week. And the other little side minor Marvel characters that they used that were there. Yeah, I thought all of that was well done. And I love that they gave her, in this sitcom thing, they're still giving her some character development. Obviously we've been setting up this organization that's kind of trying to F with her, and which is the opposite of what I would ever tell you. Luckily, none of them. I was pleasantly surprised that none of them were on the CBSI list. I expect probably at least one of them will be on the Tom list this week, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. Yeah, I do think that's the thing is they're telling one-off episodes with a little bit of a through line through the season, and I'm okay with that. It perfectly fits for me. I could totally deal with. I'm telling you, I would be down for season after season of just her representing and dealing with Marvel superhero law and like fallout from the movies and having episodes written about things that happened like in the movies and just having, okay, here's the fallout of what they had, and having like just having fun with it. It would be so great. And I would kill for a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool pop into She-Hulk fourth wall breaking. Like I would like him trying to break the fourth wall on her show and her like not having it, and I would kill for that episode. Yeah, they go fast, and yes, the end was interesting. Oh yeah. I interpreted it that way, and they're fast. For me, they're fun. They're not hilarious, but they are funny, and I think they're a good time. And I'm enjoying the heck out of She-Hulk. I'm okay with them taking a different tone. I'm okay with them doing a different pace and doing a different thing. I'm okay with that. I don't need everyone to be an action adventure. I don't need it, and I'm okay with it. But yes, I would love to see a little Deadpool. That I think it would be hysterical. So I continue to enjoy the heck out of She-Hulk. If you don't, why are you still watching it? We're at this point. We know what it is at this point. What, 6 episodes in? Yeah, it's on you at this point. So okay. What do we got left? I think we're whatever you guys want to talk about. So told you we were going to get here early. We got 32 minutes in. I've already talked about She-Hulk. I've already talked about Andor. I've already talked about House of Dragon. So yeah. I talked about what I picked up, which was nothing. What I'm reading. So yeah, I'm just at this point. See what you guys are interested in hanging out and discussing. Yeah, yes, I want that argument. I want them arguing about talking to the audience. I did enjoy, because I did not recognize what's the main Wrecking Crew guy's name? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. The guy with the sword is a mutant. I think that is correct. Yeah, I think you're right on that. Unruly. But I love the little scene where, like, in the middle, she's like, "Did he go into recap? We're doing it again. We're doing it. Was he in the previously on? We're doing it again." Because I did not recognize him at first. I did not register that was. What is the guy? The main guy for the Wrecking Crew. What is his name? There's what, like Thunderball, and what are the Wrecking Crew guys' names? What's the one with the crowbar? I cannot think of it. I do. I think so too. Yeah, that you weren't supposed to, and yeah, I agree. That's totally, but it totally worked for me. I thought it was a great way to do it. Because no, I did not remember him, and now I can't even remember like the character name. And why am I blanking on? Oh, there's Tom stuff. So this goes short. I can just start working on Catch Your Trash. But why can't I not remember the guy from the Wrecking Crew? The Wrecking Crew guys. It's gonna drive me nuts. But anyway, all right. What else you guys want to talk about? We got a fairly small audience tonight. I only got 8 in here at the moment, so normally we're in the teens at least. But I appreciate those 8 of you that are hanging out with me. All right, TJ, what do you want? What are you looking for? What do you need to talk about? Talk to me, man. What do you want to hear? Come on, you, Randman, Al, what's going on? I need something. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and drink bourbon and have nothing to say. Top 5 favorite TV shows of all time. That's There'd be an intriguing list because there's a lot of things that I know that people love that I've never watched. So I will flat mea culpa right off the bat. So I've never watched Sopranos. That's the one that makes almost everybody's list, and I've never watched The Wire. Those two shows I've just never started. I started Breaking Bad, and while I acknowledge that the show was really well written and really well acted, I hated everyone on that show. I did not like any of the characters, so I did not finish Breaking Bad. It was not my favorite. But of things I've watched over the years that I loved, Game of Thrones would definitely be in the top 5. Even with the crappy last season, there was enough there before that I loved that show. What else would be in there? What have I watched that would be a top 5 for me? I'm blanking here. Let's see. Oh, I love the Venture Brothers. I've not watched the Venture Brothers in forever, but it's been a long time. What is the monarch? I love his wife, or girlfriend, or whatever. Doctor, what is her name? That has the man voice. And then obviously, yeah, I love Venture Brothers. It's so good. I couldn't make it that long. I got middle of second season, and I hated all of those people. I just did not want to spend time with them. I have never sat down and watched it. Deadwood. Deadwood would make my list. I love Deadwood. There's 2. What else would make my list? Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. Yes, Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. It's a great show. By the way, Wrecker is the character from the. I'm an idiot. I'll be serious. I did not start drinking until I started the show, so I have not had that much to drink. So I don't have an excuse. Other things that I love that are top 5 shows for me. So I got 2. Deadwood and Game of Thrones would definitely make it. What is it? Or something else I'm obvious that I'm missing here. The people. What else am I missing that's obvious? Yes, The Record. Oh, The League was a great show. Oh, The League would not make my top 5. Archer would. I love Archer. I love that show. That show makes me laugh more than anything I think ever I've watched. And I'm behind. I've not watched the last season and this current one that's coming out now, which is bad because I love that show and I just have not sat down and watched it. Chuck would be close. Chuck and Buffy are both right there. Those are good choices. Buffy is over there. I should actually have all the DVDs for Buffy. Those are both good choices. Mr. Rayman. I love Chuck. Chuck was a great show. I don't know if it would make my top 5 though, but it would be close. I think Buffy probably has to. So there's 4. Yeah. It did the whole thing where they were just doing whatever, which I love, but they did kind of like lose some of the momentum for me. And I just need to go back and watch the most recent stuff. I just haven't done it. That was appointment TV for a very long time, and I love Archer. So it's hard for me to say, but I love that show so much. I just need to sit down and make myself watch it. Is really what it amounts to. Otherwise, top 5 shows. What is something else that that I'm willing to rewatch? Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, we got Game of Thrones, we got Deadwood, we got Archer, we got Buffy. What is something else that I would go back and rewatch if given the opportunity? And have rewatched willingly. I don't know. I'm blanking. That's all I got. That's all I got at the moment. I can't think of a fifth one that really stands out at the moment. Yeah, I got nothing. Trying to think. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing. Also, Simpsons was really, really good. For a long time, Simpsons probably would be on my list. But it just didn't. It kept going. Eventually dropped down, but yeah. Oh, South Park. We loved South Park when I was in college when it first came out. Heroes was okay. I never loved Heroes. I never really got hooked into Heroes. It's not that I disliked it. It just never grabbed me like to where I watched it all the time. I loved Alias. Jennifer Garner in Alias. Oh, damn. But having said that, I don't know that show holds up that well. At the time, I loved the heck out of that show. I would say like there's seasons of like 24 that I would say are right there, but then as a whole, though, no. Trying to think of what else. The Tick was fine, but it was not the top 5 show for me. I've heard this. Werewolf by Night is getting great reviews. I was not super interested. I'll be honest. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but I was not super interested. But the reviews are making me more intrigued for sure. Yeah, without a doubt, the reviews have made me more inclined to watch Werewolf by Night. What else we got? And Peppermint. Is that the one where she's like... Is that like another spy-like thing? I can't remember. There was another one she did. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't think of any other shows. Batman the Animated Series, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, it's up there. It would definitely be, not too far. I wouldn't go too far before I got to that as a show. I know there's other things. I know there's some things I'm forgetting that are more recent that because I do think. I think the 3 seasons of Daredevil are really, really, really good. Really good. That would be a competitor, I think. Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy that show, but I don't think I would rank it that high. I mean, and I know the early stuff is not that great. It took a while to hit its stride. Yeah. So okay, I do remember that coming out. I've never seen it though. I do remember that like a revenge. Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about. All right. What else? What else you guys got outside of TV shows? What do you guys want to know about? What's going on? Because I really got nothing. I mean, it's been work and it's been, I sort of, like I said, I splurged this week on something that you guys will see in a couple weeks. It'll get here. And beyond that, yeah, I don't have anything. I don't really know. It's good. That's a pretty accurate line, actually. Riker going from clean cut to the beard is actually a pretty accurate line with that. I have been to both of those. It's been a while. It's been a few years. I want to say probably 5 or 6 years. Both are definitely worth it. They were then. I assume they still are now. Yeah, the Negro Leagues Museum is amazing. The Jazz Museum is really good. Both of those are definitely worth, if you're in Kansas City, definitely worth going down and see. I'm a big baseball guy anyway. I love the Ken Burns baseball documentary. I haven't watched it forever. And I mean, Buck, who's in that documentary, that museum is Buck, that Negro Leagues Museum. And in the words of like the way he talks about how much he loves baseball and how much he adores those, and how much he wants everyone to remember what happened in the Negro Leagues, like all of that is poured into that museum. And it's small, really won't take you long to go through it, but it's worth every minute you spend in there. So I have never been to the World War I museum. I've been to the art museum and a couple of times, and I've been to the Negro League thing, but I've never made the trip to the World War I museum. I need to do that at some point. Yeah, it's well worth your time. And you think about some of the stuff going on now, and it's like, gosh, we should be past this stuff by now. But you go and listen to what was happening back then, and it's unfortunately you hear a lot of the same stuff that's happening now, and it's sad that we're still there in some places. It really is. But I'm not gonna stay out of the politics. I haven't had that much to drink. But all right. Other stuff. Things I'm looking forward to. I continue to just adore Nightwing. You saw I put another cover up there. Like that are coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing at the moment. We're at 47 minutes, and I think I may wrap this up unless you guys got something else to keep me going here. Yeah, the Jazz Museum is not quite as good. I feel like the Jazz Museum is a little, underwhelming. I think I don't know about disappointing, underwhelming. It's just, I felt like there should have been more. And again, they only have so much space. It still feels odd. I know Kansas City had a great jazz scene, but it still feels odd that it's in Kansas City and not like in New Orleans or something. But yeah, of the two, but partially also my interest leads into that. I love the Negro Leagues Museum more just because, but that's part of just me, I think, more so than anything else. Sparse. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know. I got nothing. That's it. I'm out. I'm out of stuff. So yeah, I know we haven't had. So I'll go back to like what we got coming up. Tom just dropped this video, so I'll do that tonight so that I'll be ready to go in the morning to do Cash or Trash. We got D&D tomorrow night, and then I don't know about this week. I got a work thing where I'm going to be on the road Tuesday, Wednesday, and yeah, so I don't know if I'll get anything else done this week, and it may just be next weekend stuff. So, oh my gosh, I look tired. And yeah, may just be this weekend, next weekend stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. So with that, I got nothing. I got nothing else. So we're gonna stop at 50 minutes. You guys are awesome. I want to thank Man, TJ for hanging out with me. We're down to just a few folks hanging out tonight, so because I'm just kind of rambling and ran out of subject matter. So with that, we will call it an evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we will catch you next time. Later.